Alright fellas, here we're back in Pokemon Masters, and today we're going to be going over, like, the select scouts that are going to be dropping tomorrow. I don't know if I have the image pulled up. Yes, I do. Haha, I come prepared, mostly. Anyway, so tomorrow we're going to be getting the select seasonal scouts, right? And we're going to kind of go over all the information relating to them, right? So, at least I think they come up. Yeah, the 23rd here, right? Because we got Misty and Psyduck today, which is the 22nd, and tomorrow we're going to be getting the Select Scout A, B, and C. So we're going to look over all the information, what characters you should be selecting, what characters are going to probably be on each banner, and etc., right? So, first bit of information is that all of the seasonal scouts, as I said, they all drop on the same day, right? They all also leave on the same day, which is the 7th of September. So, when it comes to paid gems, I would recommend to, one, buy the stadium and or story bundles if you have not bought them yet. They are very, very valuable. They are the most valuable deal in the game that I remember, I believe. I could be wrong about that, actually. I think they're the second deal, if not the best, right? Because they give you so many gems for such a little price. Last time I checked, it's been a long time since I bought them. I may actually have to back up that information, but whatever. Other than that, though, those deals, the daily bundle for about $4 United States dollar that provides you 3,000 gems over the course of 20 days is the second best gem deal. After that, I think the best gem deal is probably the like $20-some daily gem deal that gives you a candy as well as 7,000 gems. So keep that in mind, all that information. You need 9,000 paid gems total for all three of these. So if you want all three, build up those 9,000 paid gems. Be sure to, find the best deal for you. If you need help, like, budgeting, I guess, or, like, don't know, like, the best deals or anything, sorry, I need to cough. Sorry, comment down in the the comment section below, and I'll help you out. I'll, we'll text on Discord, I guess, if you need, like, help figuring out which deals you should buy and whatnot, right? So just comment down below. I'll help you out. Anyway. So 3,000 paid gems there. You could also wait for the anniversary deals to drop because those deals are bound to be pretty decent at the very least. So you could also do that. Anyway, as we said, they drop tomorrow. They leave on the 7th of September, which is about 2 weeks pretty much from the time of their drop. A little bit over 2 weeks, like 15 days, I think. So that's how long you have to scout these. It'll be a normal 11-unit multi, and you select one of the sync pairs at the very end of your multi. So you will be able to, for example, summon on this banner, and you'll do an 11-unit multi with all the characters in it, by the way. So there is a chance, again, small, that you could pull a seasonal unit in your normal multi, and then you can also select a seasonal, right? But again, that's just a very rare chance. So you do your normal multi, get whatever characters out of that, and then you select your seasonal. And the banners themselves, these are the three separate banners, right? This one has Palentine's Elisa, New Year's Licia, and Summer Inn. This banner has Fall Iris, New Year's Dawn, and Holiday Whitney. And this one has Palentine's Mallow, Holiday Jasmine, and Summer Hilda. These banners, we don't know this for certain, not 100% certainty, but the very big likelihood is that they are separated by strikers, because all these units are strikers, techs, all these are techs, and supports, because all these characters are supports. So the banners are very, very likely separated by that fact, and that's the information I'm going to be using going forward for who you should go for on each banner, right? If the banners change on release, I'll try and make a quick video changing the recommendations, showing the recommended units and all of that, right? But as it stands, I believe that they are separated by their role of striker, tech, and support, and that's the information I'm going off of to recommend you to pick a certain sync pair, or give you the information on what sync pairs are featured, right? So, anyway, that's all the information pretty much out of the way there. 3,000 paid gems. You select one of these seasonal units plus some other seasonals in the banner, right? So yeah, this is my list. This is the list that I have that I think is probable for the characters that are going to be featured, right? Because this is how they've done it for, I think, every seasonal Select Scout in years past, that they've gone from the very first seasonal units all the way up to Palentine's Day, right? So For the striker list, you'll have all of these characters to select from. You should anyway. The very first seasonal striker, which was Summer Lyra, all the way to the latest seasonal striker, which is Palatine's Lisa. They are not going to consider the summer units. Otherwise, Liza and Tate would be in this list, but they are not because they just never add the summer units to the select scouts here. Plus, they would probably have been featured on the imagery, right? I just probably anyway, right? Maybe, who knows? But I don't think it's likely we'll see Tate or Liza on the select scouts here, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it happens, right? But yeah, we'll have up to the Palatine's units, which is Elisa and Mal, of course, which is still a massive selection and a lot of very strong units, right? So strikers, we have Lyra, Steven, Hilbert, Lance, May, Gloria, Leon, Volkner, and Alicia and Elisa. And I'm not gonna list the rest of the units, man. That's like 20 units. No thanks. But yeah, you see all the units here, and we're gonna go over them each individually. I'm not gonna do a big, massive overview over every single unit. I'm just gonna go in like a general type of discussion in them, over them. But anyway, looking at all the strikers here, I've also got them sorted by valuable and solid. If they're not in either of these tiers, I think they're bad. And that's why Lyra's gonna not move. Lyra is not necessarily a bad unit, but she's not really great. She is not, because her attack stat's good, which is, I believe, she also uses her special attack, so it's also pretty good. The stats are good, and her DPS move is good. But she's based off of sleeping multipliers, which is very, very niche for one, right? So very, very niche multipliers for her DPS especially, because this is her only form of DPS, is this. That's it. And her sync move only has Rude Awakening and the 4 sync nodes, which isn't bad per se, but it's still not really that strong at all. And a lot of her gimmicks are based off of the enemies being asleep, because all this stuff is play rough, nothing useful. Dazzling Gleam doesn't do damage, we're not selecting that. Trying to move Master Healer, because she can restore HP, right? When the user is asleep, restores HP by 40% of its maximum, and when the user is asleep, it removes the sleep condition. This basically makes it so you have to be asleep in order to use her trainer move, which is just weird. I wouldn't. Just don't. It's not worth it, right? But you can raise your offensive stats without it. It's not very fast, though. So, puts the target to sleep when the sync move targeting opponent is successful. This is a good ability for sure, but a lot of Lyra's abilities are pretty gimmicky. At least I'd say so, right? The sync move multiplier is not bad, but you are required to have sleep, which Lyra can't actually apply sleep to the enemy outside of this clock out ability here. So you have to have an ally who can apply sleep. And if you've been counting how many characters you use on a team, Lyra, a Fairy Zone unit, sleeper. Where's your support? Yeah, you kind of can't really build too many consistent team compositions with Lyra, right? So I would put her... I'm going to keep her as is, because she's not really valuable and she's not really that solid. She's good, but she's not really that strong. And by the way, let me preface this. If you like a character, go for them. Just pick them up. If you really think you're going to be able to use that character and enjoy using them, go for it. My ranking does not matter in that regard. This is just for objectivity and how good a unit can be, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and look at Summer Steven. Okay, so Summer Steven, he's a little bit less inconsistent than Lyra, but he requires the enemy to be flinching in order to actually do damage with that move. Attack stat's not bad, as stated, but he doesn't have any multipliers, I think. No, okay, he's got Invigorating Hail, actually. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good multiplier, I'd say. Yeah. 50% damage multiplier plus free synergy on Icicle Crash, but getting freeze, good luck. Just good luck. It's not going to happen. It's really just not. So I'd mostly just stick with Invigorating Hail, honestly. Sync Nuke multipliers, you got Freezer Burn and Flinch Hitter, both of which are very... Okay, flinching is not too bad, but Freezer Burn is pretty bad. Not really that great of a multiplier, because I don't like either of these multipliers, because if you require a status condition, not status condition, if you require freeze or flinching, both of which are statuses that leave very, very fast in order to do actual damage with your sync nuke, then you're very inconsistent as a sync pair, which means that Steven's only source of damage is either double down, already, you know, locked into super effective damage, or just doing DPS with Icicle Crash and Invigorating Hail, which isn't that bad. But other than that, Steven doesn't really have too much in order to actually, he's got Harry too as well, wow, okay. But yeah, other than that, Steven doesn't really have too much in order to really make him very impressive. He does have Hail, which is good, causing Hail after using a Sync move. That can be good for sure, but he also doesn't have any Hail multipliers other than Icicle Crash. I mean, using your Sync move is good and all, but you're also going to be missing out on a Support EX or a better Tech EX, assuming you can activate your Freezer Burn or Flinch Hitter multipliers. Also, they're stuck behind 3 out of 5. Well, 2 out of 5 you get Flinch Hitter, but still, I'm getting good luck getting flinches with a 30% Icicle Crash, because I don't think it has, yeah, it doesn't have any higher chances to flinch, right? So you're going to have to bring someone else to flinch, or you're going to get pretty lucky. So, Steven, a little bit too inconsistent for me with his multipliers, and I don't really like him that much because of that. Or recommend him that much, I guess. Hilbert, I don't like Hilbert either, I'll be honest. 380 attack, Crunch, his only multiplier. Okay, Insult Injury is not too bad, actually. That's not a bad multiplier at all. Super Duper Effective 1, not really worth it. Gritty. How is he going to get a status condition? Do note I haven't looked at a lot of these characters in a long time, so if I'm kind of just all over the place, that's probably why. Okay, so he's just inconsistent. Whatever. He gets Ramming Speed, which is good. Ooh. I like that. Ooh, I actually like that. Haymaker at 2, Haymaker and the Ramming Speed and Insult Injury at 2 out of 5? Ramming Speed at 1 out of 5? Shit, okay, Hilbert, I can fuck with that, actually. I can actually mess with that a little bit. Okay, I like Hilbert's grid a little bit. I like Hilbert's grid. 1 out of 5, he sucks. Just fact, right there. Double Edge, don't even consider it. Does way too much damage to you. Especially because the Stand Fast nodes, they honestly, Stand Fast 5 does not help. It does not help that much. X attack's good. He doesn't, okay, raises the user's crit by, okay, lowers the user's defenses. Don't like the trainer move that much. I like the crit buffs and the speed buffs. Don't like the defense debuffs. Okay. Whatever. I do like his 2 out of 5. I do, actually. And Ramming Speed and Insult Injury are not hard to activate. Haymaker's not hard to activate. Okay. Raises his user's crit by 1. Shit, okay. Whatever. I don't know if I want to move Hilbert up. Okay. I think Hilbert can actually be solid. I do think Hilbert can be solid. The attack stats... Where the fuck am I? There it is. Attack stats not bad. Crunch isn't the worst damaging move, especially when he has 2 multipliers to make it do extra damage that are not hard to activate. And he's got Haymaker. All this at 2 out of 5. That's why I think Hilbert's a little bit solid of a pickup, honestly. I'd say so. Nothing outside of that's too crazy, but I do like where the multipliers are put for this guy. Because 3 out of 5, not really anything too crazy, which I'm fine with that, right? I'm perfectly fine with that. This is how you build a unit. Anyway, New Year's Lance. Let's go ahead and look for what he can do. So he's a big Hyper Beam unit, 390 special attack stat, Hyper Beam, pretty basic stuff. Power Flux, Flying Shift, Adrenaline. Okay, so he's got a Raging Rain, which is a 20% multiplier, but it's off of Hyper Beam, which is already a really, really strong move. Bounce. Probably would not use Bounce all that much. Okay, wait, Hostile Environment. Okay, Paralyzed. Okay, I guess. And then Sync move. He's got Shower Power. And he doesn't Mega. I forgot. Man, why can't they... They could have given this guy a Mega. Whatever. Okay. 2 out of 5 is not bad with the Shower Power. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put Lance up in Solid. Not valuable. He's also not a support. I'm going to put him up there in Solid because the special attack stat's pretty good. He's got Power Flux as an innate multiplier, which isn't that great, but it is also Hyper Beam, so you're doing a lot of damage anyway. He's got Potions for allies, which isn't bad, and then he's got his Trainer move, which raises his stats, but he does take damage, so you got to consider that. But if you are going to be focusing on just Hyper Beaming, then it's not hard to get a special crit support and a little bit of gauge. That's not too bad. If you're going to be doing both offenses, then you may have to just... Okay, wait, hold on. It raises by 1. Oh, fuck you, bum. Lazy ass fucking Lance. With the shitty trainer moves. Whatever. That's fine. Yeah, I'm still going to put him in Solid. Hyper Beam is just still really, really good from him. Also, he's got Raging Rain if you really want to candy him. May and... Oh, man, Lopunny. This character is way too damn niche. This character is very gimmicky. The character basically is a normal type until you Mega Evolve, in which you turn Fighting type, which is a little bit weird. Sync Morph again changes the user's Sync move type the first time that it is used each battle, which is not bad, but you actually have to use the Sync move and then it changes the type. It doesn't change type right before you use the Sync move or like during the Sync move. It changes right after, meaning you're going to be hitting for your normal type damage on your first Sync, which sucks. Sucks in order to actually get this. Before that, she has a flinch roll, which isn't too bad, right? Revenge boost, you would not have her taking attacks. Okay, headbutt, she doesn't have any sort of aggravation, which sucks. Hippity Hoppity, her trainer move, which raises all allies' speed by 2, which is good. It raises her evasion by 2, and when Mega raises her accuracy by 1 and raises evasion by 3. Okay, so she can become she's kind of a defensive speed support before Mega evolving, and she's got potions, of course. And then once she does Mega evolve, she keeps the trainer move here, which can make it so she can raise her accuracy and evasion, and she still keeps the potion and then gains move gauge boost, which isn't bad for sure. And she gains Propelling Strike, which can be good for gauge, and Solar Fanfare, which can raise her attack by 6. So all she really needs is a crit support, which is definitely really good for sure. High Jump Kick, it's a pretty solid damage multiplier. Also has ramming speed and HP advantage, which aren't bad. These sync nodes don't count because they are normal impact. These ones do because they are fighting. But again, the big thing is that you actually have to Mega Evolve to start doing damage. It's like Zinnia Rayquaza with Dragon Ascent. You have to Mega Evolve and actually start being able to do damage that way, which really sucks. Really sucks in my opinion. Even still, her damage is still pretty good. So I'm gonna... I don't know. I don't know where I should move her, actually. I don't know. If there was a tier in between, I'd be putting her in that. I'm gonna keep her as she is right now. I am. Yeah, I'm gonna keep her as is. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, okay. Gloria, Summer Gloria. I need to speed this up a little bit. I need to speed this up. So, Summer Gloria, she's mostly just a water type damage dealer, which we have a lot of. Jesus Christ. We do have a lot of. Okay, fuck. Snipe Shot, pretty good damage. 303 special attack, though, kind of sucks. Ramming speed, that's good for sure, as terms of a multiplier. Her Sync move isn't bad either, because she gets Catastrophe 2. She gets Critical Strike 3 as well for 30% DPS and sync damage. Critical Refresh charging her move points, because the big thing that they do for her is that she applies special attack and speed buffs to herself, applies crit next, and super effective next. So they want you to do super effective damage with her, whether that be Snipe Shot, Air Slash, or Dark Pulse. Snipe Shot and Dark Pulse are really the only ones worth considering in my opinion. Never really try and go for Air Slash. I just wouldn't. Yeah, that's mostly it. So she's got good water damage, for sure. Can be pretty strong there. Even at 1 out of 5, she can be decent, I'd say. But 3 out of 5 is where she gets her multipliers, mostly, as well as, you know, foul fighting, I guess. Sync stuff, whatever else, right? She gets some decent stuff. But, again, nothing really too crazy, so striker solid. Leon. Leon's actually pretty damn good. Oh, I don't want to oversell him any. Because mine's only 1 out of 5, he's not really that great. Well, 2 out of 5, I guess. 502 attack stat, which is great. 192 base power Glacial Lance, which is also great. Cold Snap, 30% chance to freeze. Mighty Command, which raises his physical moves next when using a trainer move, which he has 3 of. Very self-sufficient. And Victory Flex, which raises his attack by 2 after KOing an opponent. He can raise his attack and defense. He's speed up to 6, his crit to max, and he's got Glacial Lance for DPS. Very straightforward stuff, right? Look at the multipliers. Ramming speed is very, very good. Invigorating Hail is okay. Cold Snap 1 can be solid for just trying to farm up some freezes. But ramming speed is probably your best multiplier for sure. Move's going to hit pretty hard, as is. 502 attack, 192. Or I guess 160. Okay, 160 is a little bit less. Quite a bit less, actually. Base power on Glacial Lance, which isn't bad. But it does hit all opponents, so you do got to consider in the stadium this will be split. But you can try and farm freezes, which is actually not bad at all for sure. And the Sync Nuke, he's got Heavy Hail, Freezer Burn. I don't like Freezer Burn. I don't like Freezer Burn. Stop with the freeze. Stop with the freeze, whatever. And then I guess Mighty Rush. Raises physical moves next after using a Sync move, which I probably wouldn't pick up. Okay. He's got some decent sync stuff for sure, but I think he really excels more in DPS, but that's also multi-target, so you got to consider that. I'm not going to put him in valuable. I'm going to just put him up here in solid because nothing crazy, honestly. This unit, while he looks really good on paper for sure, in practice, especially with me, he's not like the most insane unit ever. He's still good though. He's still really good for sure. And if you get dupes, he's pretty crazy. Volkner's got good. I wouldn't say he's super valuable anymore, but being an electric unit back when he released was very good for him. Discharge, Thunder's good. Okay. Super Duper 9. So he wants to be super effective, right? He really wants to be super effective. Yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. Super Countdown 1. He can reduce sync countdown, paralysis, synergy. Ramming speed, that's a good multiplier off of a 468 special attack stat. that's pretty good too. Super savvy. Super crit, yeah. Just look at this guy. He wants to land. He just wants to be super effective, which definitely good. Very strong while doing super effective damage. Outside of that, not really anything crazy. Summer in, he's gonna probably be in the same boat. Really, he's probably gonna be in the same boat. Furious Brain, Obscuring Power. So he's got a lot of DPS multipliers already. Devastation and Obscuring Sync 5 for good sync nuke multipliers. Night Days for off of a 450 special attack stat pretty much. 182 power. Healthy super hit. So he's got a lot of super effective stuff here, but he does have a lot of good multipliers here as well. So that's pretty much, if the enemy's accuracy is lowered, he does good damage. That's pretty much all it's saying for sure, for the most part, which is good for sure. You pretty much have to select between his sync move though and his DPS stuff, and he does require 3 out of 5 in order to actually do good damage. But honestly, I do like the base power here for Night Days. It's really pretty good, especially coming off of his special attack stat, and the dark typing being a little bit less common, I guess. I mean, well, we got Neo Champion Marnie now, so I don't know if I can say that. And obviously special costumes in here. I don't know where I put this guy. He's good though for sure. He's definitely got a lot of good stuff in here. With the sync nukes, he's also got Catalyst. I don't know. He'd be between these two tiers for now. I'd say. Though honestly, I think out of all of the strikers you should pick up, Lisi is probably the best bet. Outside of that, I think N probably is your second best bet. Honestly, at least I'd say so. Looking at Lisi here, we got ramming speed and inertia, great nuke multipliers, especially another 30% with bronze sync here, which you can get out 2 out of 5. Nothing crazy, but you still can get it. But her big stuff is that she's got this 400 attack stat plus Giga Impact, which is essentially just Hyper Beam. It really is. And then she raises her in physical moves next from 0 to 3 at random. Raises attack by 4 and speed by 4, maxes her crit. Super sync, 100% chance of applying super effective next after the sync move. Yeah, this unit's really good. Fairy needs a lot of help, so she's very valuable in that regard, and she's very, very strong as a fairy unit, so go ahead, pick her up, really. I really recommend it. And Palatine's Elisa. Palatine's Elisa. I hate objective rankings. Okay. Palatine's Elisa. Mostly just metronome shenanigans, and if you're not doing metronome shenanigans, you're doing super effective flying damage. That's pretty much it. That's really all it is. Fly sucks a little bit, but it does do good damage super effectively. She has super powered 5. I don't know why they built her metronome to try and be super effective when it is still just random, but whatever. That's how they built her. It's fine, I guess. She definitely can do good damage for sure, honestly. Especially good super effective damage, which is kind of what I find lacking in these guys. But these guys can all do great super effective damage, and can probably work pretty well as well off type. Leon with dupes could probably be just fine, but for the most part, Lisi is probably your most valuable strike to pick up. Second place being N here. I'm going to go ahead and just bump N up. I don't think he's actually that valuable, but Lisi is probably your best bet for sure. Anyway, looking at the text. Oh, this is gonna be a long fucking video. I'm gonna have to timestamp this shit. Okay. Seabold, where you at, Seabold? Okay. Alright, Seabold. So, 259 special attack stat, already not that great. Scald, not bad. Hostile environment, fortuitous. Okay, raising stats, piercing gaze, moves never miss, not bad. Rising tide and critical strike 3. Okay. Okay, yeah. You can't really pick all of it up, but still, that's not bad. There you go. So, he's got Rising Tide because he needs, wants like just all of the stat buffs, and he can do burns, and I guess he's got DPS stuff here with dizzying power, but and burn synergy too, actually. But that is a very low special attack stat. That is a very, very low special attack stat. But he's also got the Tech EX, as well as the Tech EX multiplier. Let's see, 2 out of 5. He's still not got him. Okay. Seabold. Oh, I'm gonna keep. Should I keep Seabold down there? He can do good damage super effectively. Nah, I don't think he really can compete like with the same level of what these other strikers can do. So honestly, I'm just gonna keep him down there. Acerola. Seabold's not a bad option though, I guess. Acerola though, Acerola is just, oh god, she's so damn niche. No good offensive stats. She lowers defense against confused opponents. She's got disguise, obviously. She confuses enemies when she lands an attack. Shadow or Phantom Force sucks. Shadow Sneak sucks. Shadow Claw sucks. Only got Fuzzy Strike, which isn't bad, but that's all you have is your multipliers, and then HP Advantage, Power Flux, Confusion Synergy. Okay, she's got decent DPS, but I'm not moving her. I'm not. She's not really all that. Skyla and Togekiss. Definitely, for Acerola here, definitely would not really recommend picking her up at all. Her damage is just gonna be so inconsistent, so low. Not really worth trying to make use. Anyway, Skyla. Rising Tide, Ramming Speed. She's got good multipliers for sure. Tri-Attack's got good damage. Better special attack stat than Acerola. Foul Fighting as well. Flying Shift, Super Interference, 4 extra status conditions and flinches. Being able to raise random stats, that's good. Still got a good Sync Nuke. So, yeah, I'm putting Skyla up here in the solid tech tier. Serena. Valentine Serena. Oh boy. Valentine Serena. Okay. 380 special attack stats, not bad for sure. Moonblast, it's an alright damaging move. She has Hunter's Instinct and Ramming Speed, both innate, so that's good. Go Viral. She can do AoE status conditions, which is Stun Spore. And then her Sync move, or Sync Nuke, which is when the enemy is paralyzed. She can raise all ally speed, apply free moves next to herself, so she needs special attack and crit support. But she's got team speed buffs, which is good. For her nuke, as well as having Cotton Spore to debuff enemy speed, which can also be good for her multipliers. For Sync Nuke, she's got Inertia, which isn't bad. For her DPS, she has... What the hell's that? Oh, okay. Overpower and Paralysis Synergy, so she can be doing some good DPS. So yeah, I say Serena, not really crazy, but still up there in the solid tier. Dawn, this is where things get more utility-based for this unit. Charm for attack debuffs, Fake Tears for special defense debuffs, Power Loving, powers up users' moves, more stats, target stats are lowered, but she's only got Dazzling Gleam, so it's pretty much useless. Ripple Effect, which 50% chance. Okay, so she got 2 debuffs here, attack and special defense, which is pretty good. Her Sync Nuke, which is just Power Play, which is off of 390 special attack stat, which isn't bad. Power Posture, wouldn't even mess with it. I wouldn't. Lures Evasion of all enemies whenever she enters battle. Yeah, that's about honestly it. I probably wouldn't recommend even candidating her at all. This is the stuff you're getting, which is the debuffs. AoE special defense debuffs are great. AoE attack debuffs are great, but Lucian's free, man. Lucian's free. If Lucian didn't exist, I'd put her up in solid, but Lucian does exist, so I'm keeping her down here. I'm just going to. Stat debuffs are good, but Lucian is a unit, so I would just keep it as is. Okay, I don't have to actually change that. Marnie. Marnie's actually pretty good, honestly. 400 attack stat, Spirit Break, 150 base power move, Sync Nuke, which has Devastation, and DPS, which is Overpower and Foul Fighting, I guess. Yeah, not bad. She can raise her stats pretty much infinitely here. Well, with no limit to MP, I guess is a better way to put it. And she's got double buffer, so it does it by 2 times. Critical Infliction, which raises her crit whenever she uses a status move, which is going to be bulk up, so she's very self-sufficient. Spirit Break again. It lowers special attack, which is great because that's the multiplier she needs, so she doesn't have to go out of her way to debuff a stat. Let's see. I don't think she can actually do debuffs. Raise special defense by the same amount. Okay, so she can raise speed. Okay, fair enough. Crunch Staggering. Okay, that's kind of what they wanted there. Still, honestly, really solid on the fairy DPS for sure, so I'll keep her up here. Fall Morty, he's probably staying, honestly. I can't think of many reasons why you should really like Fall Morty. He's just kind of like Acerola, but a little better. Honestly, that's the best way to put it. Fall Morty here. Pecking order for Sync Nuke. So Sync Nuke stuff's actually good this time. It really is. Attack stat not really too much better, but I guess this is alright. I guess. He's self-sufficient in the attack and crit buffs. The burn is AoE with go viral. He's got burn synergy, but really, it doesn't matter that much. It's not going to do too much damage. So the Sync Nuke's a little bit better. Definitely better than Acerola, but I'm going to keep him down here just because it's still very niche and not really anything insane. Nessa. Okay. Nessa's pretty good as well. She's got Icicle Crash here for flinches because she's also got Aggravation, which is very consistent. She's got the different face stuff, right, which doesn't matter, I guess. It raises her speed. Yay. Ice Face, which will reduce damage from a physical attack. Shifts from to Noise Face. Shifts user to Ice Face whenever she uses Hail. So she can actually act as a little bit of a tank from physical attacks if she is in the Ice Face form. So there's that. She also sets Hail, of course, which is solid enough. Attack power is increased during a hailstorm. So her nuke's a little bit iffy, it seems. Yeah, her nuke's quite iffy. But she's got the Icicle Crash DPS here, which has ramming speed and invigorating hail. And she has hail, of course, in order to help allies and herself. She's also got Pep Rally on hail. Team Fierce Inflation, so she can act as a little bit of a support too. Nothing too crazy, but she still can. And of course the flinches are good there as well. So she can actually do some pretty solid ice damage and have some solid ice utility. Palatine's Marnie, that's where these characters actually start getting bumped up a tier. Marnie's only issue, in my opinion, is her gauge, really. She is a Steel Zone setter. Obviously, the only Steel Zone setter currently in the game. She's got a great attack stat. Not really great whenever she is in base, but whenever she Mega Evolves, 461. Pretty damn good. She can debuff attack with Growl, which is good. Iron Head DPS, which is decent. Nothing too crazy, but still decent. Team Sharp Entry 1, raising allies crit, Enfeeble, and Terrify, which is good. Yeah, these abilities are good for sure. Being able to debuff attack and defense. Yeah, the defense debuffs are pretty good for sure, as well as the attack debuffs as well. Don't really care that she raises defense, but hey, maybe she's got a little bit more bulk now. So, plus she lowers attack, so yeah, she can actually act pretty decently as a defense. Not really a tank, but she can take physical attacks for sure. Being able to take physical attacks is pretty solid. And as well as obviously debuffing attack and defense, really, really good, especially whenever she Mega Evolves. She does it twice, essentially. So there's that, as well as the Team Sharp Entry. So there's that too. Raises her own attack and defense by attack by 2, defense and special defense by 1. Steel Zone again is just the biggest part of her kit, honestly. She can do some solid damage and have aggravation, power posture. Great multipliers here for sure with her. But her Sync Nuke is also really, really good with Pecking Order, Metallic Surge, and 4 Sync Nodes. Yeah, this unit's really strong. This unit's a really strong damage dealer, especially with dupes. If you get her to 3 out of 5, insane damage. And Steel Zone obviously is really valuable, so pick that up. Iris, I'm going to go ahead and put her up here. Sorry, but anyway, yeah, let's look at Iris. Big thing with her is that honestly, poison debuff, or well, rebuff, I guess, honestly is a little bit better because a lot of the characters here with poison synergize better with Oleana than they do with Iris. But Iris can still be good because of the poison zone, of course, so there's that. Hyper beam damage, of course, is really good, but the special attack stat's a little too low, but it still does not, it's not bad damage. Powers up her sync moves with enemies poisoned, which is obviously not too hard to get because she does have Toxic Chance 2 here. She's got a good sync nuke with Smarty Pants here, so if you have a special defense debuffer like Palatine's Dawn or Lucian, she's going to be doing some great sync nuke damage as well as Hyper Beam DPS as well. So there's that. Honor Roll 9 on Acid, so she can do AoE special defense debuffs, which is great. Toxic Chance 2 on Acid if you want to run that. Just a lot of different ways you can run this unit, honestly. She's got some good multipliers. Nothing crazy because the special attack definitely holds her back a bit, but not a bad unit at all. Not a bad unit for sure. And the Poison Zone, of course, limited to her for now. Holiday Whitney, probably the most valuable pickup, I'd say. This unit is probably the most valuable pickup for the Tech Scout, I guess, I'd say. Because this unit can activate every single zone, depending on what MP she has on move gauge boost. So, let's see here. By the way, applies critical hit defense and move gauge acceleration to the field of play, unconditionally. And then it turns the field of play into grassy terrain when the MP for move gauge boost is 2, turns the field into psychic terrain when the MP is 1 for move gauge boost, and turns the field of play into electric terrain when the move gauge boost is 0. So you can do any terrain, which is awesome, especially grassy terrain being as limited as it is. She's got Horn Leech and a 400 attack stat. She can do good Horn Leech damage, which is also healing her, which is great there. Headbutt for flinches, and she does have aggravation. So there you go. And she's able to debuff and buff stats depending on what zone you're in, or terrain. So in grassy terrain, it raises all allies' defense and lowers all enemy defense. Psychic terrain, it buffs all allies' special defense, lowers all enemy special defense. And team charge speed drain raises all ally speed, lowers all enemy speed. So she's got a lot of debuffs, a lot of team buffs, a lot of different terrains, as well as flinches, healing, decent damage, and her sync nuke. It exists, really. Interference sync 9, terrain sync up 9, as well as the innate multiplier here from normal impact. So even if it is only normal, it's still going to be doing really good damage for sure. If you want to build her as a nuker, you can easily do that for sure, if you want to, right? And if you don't want to build her as a nuker, you still got utility with aggravation here. You've got the ability to debuff speed in electric terrain, the ability to, let's see, debuff enemy special defense in psychic terrain, or no, whenever they're, you got a stats change, sorry. Flabbergast, which you can leave enemies confused, so you don't have to rely on flinches for your interference sync or this ability. Empowering Growth, which powers up her sync moves, or powers up her normal moves in grassy terrain, which obviously it's Horn Leech, so it's already going to be powered up by grassy terrain anyway. Move gauge boost Pep Rally, so she can not only boost the gauge and, you know, apply effects because of that, but she can also apply speed buffs with this, as well as having move gauge acceleration. Great gauge unit, great debuffer, great great terrain setter. I'd say she is the most valuable pickup for your tech select. And the last unit we have is Dawn here, which I don't know if I'll put her in solid or great or not. I don't know yet. Because she's good for sure. Kind of unneeded though. She's kind of unneeded. She's a good damage dealer, but that's about it. Revelation Dance. This move essentially hits twice. Extra special ghost damage. It basically is like hitting another Revelation Dance. So pretty much this move hitting twice. She's got Power Posture. Good for sure. 380 special attack stat. The more the stats are raised of the user, greater the power of this move. She's got Sync Power Flux, which is whatever, I guess. Interference Sync, which is good because she does apply Confusion. She also applies enemy attack debuffs, and she can restore her own HP, I guess. Neat. And raise evasion. So there's that. Stat up ×2. When the user stat is raised by double the stats. So any stats she raises is by double. So evasion +2. Double drop. That's great. So your enemy attack is instantly down to -4. That's good as well for your power posture here. And she's got Revelation Dance, Grab Bag 9, which lowers one of the target's stats at random, also by double. So there's that. I don't know why. How does she debuff? How does she buff her own stats? I don't actually know. I forgot how this unit was built back when she released. I literally forget how this unit worked back on release. When the user stat is raised by double the stats, and the more user stats are raised, the greater the power of this attack. Okay, she doesn't even buff her stats though. So I mean, I don't know why. Am I an idiot? I'm probably an idiot. But whatever. So power posture, sync, powerful. She's got a good multiplier. She just needs stat buffs, right? Which is not bad for sure. And the Revelation Dance, it essentially hits twice. So that's very, very good as well. I would probably say, I don't know. I'm not going to put her up there with the zone units. I'm going to keep her in solid because all these units have the effect of setting a terrain or a zone, and it's limited to them for the most part, or in Whitney's case, you're just cracked. You're just cracked. I'll leave Dawn down here with the rest of these because I think she's more similar to them. Anyway, supports. All these units, honestly, I think all of them kind of have their own gimmicks, but they're all still decent anyway. Okay, Rosa. Rosa's big thing is that she's able to buff random stats as well as applying attack buffs guaranteed, as well as move gauge acceleration. She also raises all allies' speed, and then she raises one of the following stats of all allies by 2 at random, which has same ability as Skyla and Togekiss. Drill Peck, but you're a support, you're not going to do too much damage. Stats are also quite low for support standards nowadays. She can bring in Hailstorm whenever she first enters the battle, which isn't bad. Team Speedy Entry, also not bad. Hail Rally, which can raise allies crit, but it's very inconsistent. Shared Fortune 2, which raises one of the stats at random again, so you can do a lot of random stat buffs, which is good. But Rosa's stats are a little bit on the lower side for supports, so you do have to deal with that as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep Rosa down here because the tier for supports is already really, really high. So you may want to I'm gonna just leave the supports down here. I'm gonna leave her down here. Looking at Erica and Comfy, they're probably not moving, honestly, because I don't think there's much to care about for that unit. They're kind of just a worse Sycamore. Extra Gentle, sure, I guess. Draining Kiss, which is good for healing. Layup, which restores all allies' HP by 40% of their maximum, returns lowered stats of all allies to normal, and raises all allies' defense by 1. So if your stats get debuffed, then you can cancel that out, as well as buff your own defense, which is neat, I guess. Healing Hand, which can remove all ally status conditions, which is good. Stamina Reserve 6, Quick Cure. Okay, she's literally Sycamore. She does everything Sycamore does, just a little bit worse. Yeah, and she doesn't really have anything. She's got Safety Tether, which is not bad, but yeah, honestly. Okay, Shared Fortune, that's not bad, but that's only a one-time use. Yeah, honestly, Erica's just staying down here. She's not that great. Lily. I think Lily has the niche of being one of the few characters that can easily buff ally evasion. I think. I could be wrong there. I have to find her, though. There we go. Okay, so Dire Hit All Plus, which is good. A Lola Lang sign. Status condition defense. Raises all ally evasion by 2. And move gauge boost. As well as leech life. So she's got good healing. Better defensive stats. Team Sync regen, so she can do team regeneration for allies. Team Out Muscle 1, raising attack by 2. Or no, raising attack by 1. With a 20% chance. Okay. Q Cutter. Okay, so they want you to basically dodge. Endurance, that's not bad. Interference immunity. Leech Life Master Healer, she's really good with the healing. Okay. So crit buffs, evasion buffs, move gauge boost. About it, I guess. Okay, and Team Sync regen. This ability is really inconsistent. She can charge gauge whenever the enemies miss, so she's got good opportunity because of the evasion, for sure, and the healing. I don't think it's enough to boost her to solid, though. I don't. I think she's good, but I don't think it's enough to boost her. Berg, he actually does go into the solid tier, because he... Whoo, boy Berg. My boy Berg. Okay. Togepi, my boy. Okay. Or girl. I don't know. I actually don't remember the gender of that damn thing. I have to find Berg. Where's the fucking Lord? Damn. Took long enough. Okay. Metronome. You can land Fissure. Maybe. Move gauge refresh 1. whatever. Dire Hit all plus, so he's a good crit support potion. Happy Colors, which raises all ally accuracy, and then raises defense of all allies, special defense of all allies by 1 to 3 at random, so we can do some good defensive buffs. Team Supercharger, 60% chance of raising attack or special attack or both when the user's attack move is successful, or user's move targeting an opponent, which is just Metronome. So Catalyst, which applies move gauge acceleration, that's really good for sure. And Healthy Healing Super Hit 9, 100% chance of restoring user's HP by 20% when the move is super effective. So they pretty much want you to Metronome after doing some buffs here in order to just raise allies' attack and special attack as well as heal. So there's that. Not bad for sure. Really not bad at all. Crit Strike 1, I wouldn't go for any damage stuff. A little bit too low on the offenses here. A little bit too low. But yeah, he's also got Team Grand Entry. So yeah, he's got a lot of good support capabilities for sure. I'll keep him here. And Fall Caitlyn, she's also going to go into that tier because she can do a lot of buffs. She just is slightly frail, I guess. Sorry, but yeah, Fall Caitlyn, she can do a lot of buffs here. She's got defensive buffs, special defense buffs, her trainer move, which raises all allies attack by 2, and speed and accuracy by 1. And if she's Mega Evolved, she applies the condition nullification effect. So, there you go. Okay, 240 in both defenses, which is not bad, and then when she Mega Evolves, nearly 300, so she's actually really good defensively, for sure. Just takes a little bit to buff her own defensive stats. She got quick tempo, applying move gauge acceleration when she enters the battle, which is great. Synchro healing, 20% healing for using her sync move, which is her only form of healing, I think, but it's not bad. And vigilance, protecting her from crits, so you can give her a different theme skill, or lucky skill, which I actually don't know what I gave. What did I give her? Well, I don't know what I gave her. I don't know. Let's see here. 2 out of 5 has the bigger things for her because she gets the MPRs for all of her abilities and Pep Rally on her trainer move, meaning she can raise attack and speed at the same time, and by 2 as well, which is amazing. Sync stuff, I don't know why why? Fucking why? Whatever. Whatever. Sync Wall, applying critical hit defense, which is fine. Revenge Boost 3, 40% chance of charging gauge. Whatever. Endurance at 3 out of 5, that's a good ability for sure. Team Sync Cure 9, removing status conditions can be good. Fainting Heal, restoring allies HP right before she goes down. But again, biggest thing, and Flabbergast, I guess. But biggest thing here is 2 out of 5 with the Pep Rally and whatnot. So she can buff all the defensive stats, the attack and speed and accuracy of allies, which is pretty good, as well as being a solid tank. New Year's Sabrina. New Year's Sabrina. Pretty sure she's just like normal Sabrina. Yeah, special attack buffs, condition, defense shield, clear your mind, which restores HP of an ally by 40% and applies endurance. That can be good, actually. Team Smart Command 2, 30% chance of increasing special moves next when the user's trainer uses a move. Okay, that's good. Sharp Teamwork 2, 30% chance of raising crit when the user's attack move is successful, and then Aggravation 4 for a 50% chance to confuse. Okay. She's actually not that bad, actually. Okay. Trainer move, Master Healer, Sync Free for All, Healthy Healing. This can be a good ability for sure. Team Tough Luck, raising allies' defenses. This is not bad either. Ramped up on the X special attack also, she can do +3 special attack in 2 turns. Confusion Team Fast Track, raising ally speed by 30%. So while she's very slow in some of her buffs, she's good for like those legendary gauntlet stages, right? She's very good for that, where you need longer time in order to build up your stuff, right? So she can do crit buffs, special attack buffs, special moves next, healing, endurance, the condition, defense shield, which is great because some of those legendary arenas like to try and hit a status condition on you, right? Defense buffs and special defense buffs as well. So she's good in that part, and she's got good longevity with her healing, and she's got group therapy. Yeah, okay, she's not bad, definitely not bad. This fucking unit. Valentine's B. I like B. This unit made me cope, alright? This unit made me cope with how good she was for, like, months on her release, and I don't think she's that great, alright? No. Astonish for flinches. This is actually not a bad ability because she's also got aggravation here. This is the better part of her abilities, I guess. Potions, which are good. And then her trainer move, which raises all allies' attack and special attack by 4 and increases physical moves next in a hailstorm. Not a bad ability, for sure, but that's kind of where the positives end for me. Because she sets hail. Okay, I guess that's where the positives end. And increases her defenses. And she protects herself from damage. Pretty decent defensive stats, by the way. But the hail is just... That's all it is here. Cold front. That's her only way of setting hail, and 3 out of 5 with her sync move. Pretty much requires 3 out of 5 to actually be decent, and I'm not big on that. I was not big on that. Team Sharp Entry, being able to buff crit by 1, which isn't bad. Snow Sentinel 9. Raises the user's defense and special defense by 1 when using a attack move, I guess. So, there's that. Hasty Hail and Healing Hail. Vigilance, I wouldn't pick it up though. Astonish, yeah. The big thing with this scene is that you can't really pick up everything you want to pick up, but if you can hyper-focus towards something, she can be pretty good. Aggravation's not bad, so, and the Hail isn't bad either, but I'll put her up here in solid for the supports. Nothing crazy though on the value. Not really anyway. Alistair, or not, I almost skipped over. Hilda. We'll look at Hilda. Okay, Hilda. Fighting. Hilda's very gimmicky, for sure. I remember that. Raising defense and special defense of all allies by 2, applying gradual healing to herself. Protect for damage, guard, brick break to get rid of shields other than critical hit defense, which, if this got rid of that, that would be pretty good, but it does not. Topsy-turvy returns target stats to normal and then lowers them by that same amount, which can be good, especially against like Latios, right? Team beef up 9, 100% chance of raising attack of all allies when hit by an attacking move. Natural remedy to remove status conditions. Catalytic infliction. That's not bad either, for sure. Okay, so decent enough base, but she doesn't buff special attack. She doesn't buff speed. She doesn't buff crit. Defensive stats are not bad. She doesn't really have a good form of healing other than gradual healing. Attack buffs are not bad though, for sure, and the defensive buffs for sure are not bad either. Protect for damage, guard, and then being able to debuff stats, not bad either. It's just kind of not really what you're looking for in this day and age, I guess. With the grid, oh fuck. Team Fist Bump 3, restoring ally HP, safety tether, disarming retaliation 9, lowering defense when the user is hit by an attacking move. Okay. Though I don't know why you'd want this. I guess I know why you'd want it, but honestly, I kind of like the idea of building up ally stats and then building up enemy stats and then debuffing them with Topsy-Turvy, and not really in the middle of debuffing them as is, but that's just kind of me. Topsy-Turvy Propulsion, that can be good. Topsy-Turvy NPR, that can also be decent. Staggering to and Brick Break for a 30% flinch chance. This can be niche, but it can still work for sure. Flag Bearer for more consistent attack debuff, or attack buffs, I mean. Team Sharp Entry 1 for +1 crit. So she can do quite a lot here, for sure, I'd say. Also better in the Legendary Gauntlet, for sure. I'm going to go ahead and put her in the support solid tier. I'd say so. She can buff attack, defense, special defense. She can debuff enemy stats. She can buff... she can do a little bit of flinching here. Nothing too crazy, but she still can. A little bit of sync countdown with propulsion. Not too bad either. Move gauge acceleration. Also not too bad. So yeah, I'm not really going to try and shit on Hilda too much. People already do that enough. Okay. And Alistair... Alistair is actually pretty good here. He's got Ghost Rebuff, which is already really good for sure. Revenge Boost and First Aid 4 for his own healing, as well as having really solid defensive stats and HP. And his trainer move, which does 5 random effects. I forget what they are right now. They're good, though. They're pretty solid. And raises all allies crit by 3. Yeah, that's good. I don't think I have to go over much else, but he's also got Catalyst for a sync move. He's got Endurance, which is great. Healthy Healing for gradual healing is also really good. Synchro Healing to heal allies is great. Numbing Blow, leaving enemies paralyzed. Hex Flabbergast. Hex all ramped up 1, so he can raise allies' special attack as well. Special attack, crit, defense, lower enemy ghost rebuff. Yeah, this unit's definitely got the value to him. But I'd say that Jasmine, Holiday Jasmine's probably the most valuable unit to pick up here. You can say that I'm wrong, that's fair. But I'd say that Jasmine's probably the best. So, looking at her defensive stats, they're definitely not bad, and the HP stat, but whenever she Mega Evolves with Ampharos here, 333 in both defensive stats, which is great. She's got super effective next, so she can obviously do that. Potions for healing, Comforting Light, which raises an ally's defense and special defense by 3, and implies gradual healing and endurance to that ally, so they're going to be able to restore their own health, endure a hit. Also really, really great there, as well as, of course, buffing the defensive stats so they can be a little bit more bulky. And in her abilities here, she's got Endurance for herself, Full Brazen Command 9 for her own defensive buffs, and Team Critical Command, which can raise allies crit whenever the trainer uses a move, which is any of these other than Thunder Shock. So yeah, Jasmine's really good. Just at base from this, the only thing she's missing is offensive buffs and Gauge, which she fixes with her dupes because she gets Catalyst, which is good, Adrenaline for Sync Countdown, Potion stuff, obviously. And the big kicker is being able to buff special moves next and physical moves next with her trainer move. So if an ally you have can buff their offensive stat, then you can have Jasmine here buff their physical moves next or special moves next, as well as their crit, defenses, heal them, apply super effect next, all of these things. So that's why I think Jasmine's probably the best support, while also being amazing defensively. So Jasmine's just really good in that regard. And Palatine's Mallow, I don't know. I'm going to put her up there for now. I may change it here in a little bit because I don't actually remember everything she can do. I do know she can do a lot, though. So she's got special defense debuffs, which are good. Critical hit buffs, which are great. Her trainer move, which charges move gauge and raises all allies' defense by 3. Her passives. She's got Team Fist Bump, which restores HP when her attack move is successful. Apple Acid, obviously, or Dragon Pulse, I guess. Midpoint Mend 5. Restores HP by 50% when HP drops to half or below, so she's going to be good there. And Initial Synchro Healing 2, restoring all ally HP by 40% the first time the user's sync move is used. Pretty good stuff, right? Pretty good stuff. Just at base, special defense debuffs, crit buffs, max defense buffs very quickly, ally healing and healing for herself as well, while having 268 special defense, nearly 600 HP, and 293 special defense, or normal defense, I mean. Yeah, pretty good abilities. Looking at her grid as well, Team Sync Cure 9, restoring or removing allies' status conditions on her sync move. Revenge Boost 9 here for better gauge efficiency because she's a little bit slow, obviously. Apple Acid Trip Up 9, lowering enemy speed, which can be solid. Trainer move Catalytic Kick, which can apply move gauge acceleration, which is also amazing. Hype Up 9 for special attack buffs, so this is where she can do offensive buffs, which is good as well. Dragon Pulse Staggering 4, this is the only reason you probably ever use Dragon Pulse over Apple Acid, so you get that 50% staggering, which is awesome, right? I'm going to keep her up here. I'd say Jasmine's probably the most valuable pick. Between Alistair and Mallow, I probably couldn't really choose. I'd say they're both good for sure, but yeah. Overall, I'd say this is probably my list of units that are, like, valuable for this, I'd say. I'd say Lisi is your most valuable striker within being pretty far behind, but I'd say he can be definitely decent for sure, but I'd say Lisi's your best striker pickup. Tech pickup, definitely Whitney. She's got debuffs, buffs, 3 different terrains, flinches, healing, solid sync nuke, I guess, for being off type. All really good stuff, right? And Marnie and Iris here with their zones and pretty solid damage. They're, pretty good second and third place, right? And then supports, I would say Jasmine is your... Bro. Okay, I'd say Jasmine's your best support for sure with all of her defensive capabilities as well as super effective next, crit buffs, endurance, all this for allies, by the way. Her physical moves and special moves next, her gauge acceleration with Catalyst, all of it culminates into really good stuff. And then Mallow here with her, crit buffs, defense buffs, special defense debuffs, all this stuff, and her healing as well. All are really, really good for keeping your team alive, as well as being able to do more damage with your special moves. And Alistair here, he's got the Ghost rebuff, which is probably the biggest part of his kit. Be able to max crit in a single turn, which is awesome. What else? I forget what else Alistair does. But he's also got those random effects as well, which is really, really good there too. So Alistair's got a lot of good stuff for him as well. Definitely really good unit, right? All these strikers down here in the solid tier are also pretty decent options. Nothing super insane, but still can be really good in the right scenarios. And the strikers, techs, and supports down here, not bad per se, but they definitely are the more niche or less capable compared to every other character in these other tiers, right? Anyway, yeah, those are my personal recommendations for these different select scouts, as well as a small overview of each unit and their capabilities. This video is going to be long for sure, but I'll try and, cut it down into, segments and whatnot, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Reminder that it costs 3,000 paid gems per banner. There are 3 banners total. Each of them are likely separated by strikers, techs, and supports. I doubt that my unit priority list would change here too much, depending on how they were to change it up. But, use this as a general type of guide for what units are probably the best for you to pick up. But, of course, always pick up your favorites. Just always up to you. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed. Good luck on your summons if you're going to be summoning.